Hello, I'm Mark Paolino, Markpaolino. Unfortunately, we're here today for a very tragic incident that occurred, which resulted in a 16-year-old girl losing her life this morning. At 6:15 this morning, we received a phone call in the 10600 block of East Jewel Avenue regarding a home invasion shooting. On scene, officers quickly located the victim, immediately started life-saving measures, and the victim was taken to a local hospital where she later died. Her identity will be released by the Arapahoe County Coroner's Office at a later time. What we learned so far in this investigation is 2 males showed up at an apartment. They got inside. There was multiple people inside the apartment. A physical struggle ensued and multiple shots were fired, which resulted in the shooting of the 16-year-old. This is still very preliminary and it's an active and ongoing investigation. As more information becomes available, we will release that information. We need the public's help in this, and if anybody has any information, if anybody saw anything, heard anything, or believes they have anything that might be helpful to this investigation, please reach out to Metro Crime Stoppers or the Aurora Police Department. While we're still trying to figure out what exactly occurred this morning, I don't want us to lose sight that a 16-year-old girl lost her life, and that is a terrible, terrible tragedy. And our prayers and thoughts are with the family on this terrible day. Is there any questions?
Did the people inside the apartment know who conducted this home invasion?
We're still attempting to understand what the relationship, if any, was between the residents of the apartment and the people who came there.
Could you step up closer to the microphone? And where did the shooting take place, and where was the girl shot? Inside the apartment or outside the
This
apartment?
occurred inside the apartment.
Do you have a sense as to a motive? Was it a robbery? Was it drugs? Do you have any ideas?
Again, this is ongoing. Most of our information is preliminary, and our investigators are attempting to understand what relationship between the parties involved, if any, there was.
Can you tell us what relationship this car wash has to this?
This car wash is just part of the crime scene. The crime scene takes up this whole area, so we're just checking and making sure that there's no evidence in the surrounding area.
How did they break into the home? And I've heard that a couple of the suspects might have run across this car wash. Can you describe that?
We're unsure at this point on how exactly they got in, if they were led in or forced their ways in. Those are some of the questions our investigators are seeking to answer at this point right now.
Have there been any problems with one of the things people are asking now is there any TDA relation to this? Are there problems with gangs here at this apartment complex?
We have no reason to believe at this point that this is TDA related. As far as history here, that'll be part of what we look into to see if there's any ongoing issues or problems.
And a follow-up to that, have there been any problems with gang-related crimes here just in general?
At this point, we're not aware of any specific gang-related problems, but that will be something that our investigators will be actively looking into.
What is this area typically like? Is it a calm area, an area where there's a lot of calls to police for help?
This area is like any other area in Aurora that has calls for service sometimes, but it's just people living, going about their day-to-day life and trying to do their best.
Was the mother and father of the teenager inside the apartment? Was this a family's apartment?
Again, the investigation's ongoing. We'll be looking into that. We don't have that information right now. Anything else?
So you have no description of these folks?
No description other than 2 males at this point. As that information becomes available, we will release it to the public, but we're asking for the public to reach out to us with any information they may have to help us to solve this crime and get these people off the streets as quickly as possible. Again, if you have any information, even if you're not sure if it may be helpful, please reach out to the Denver Metro Crime Stoppers or the Aurora Police Department so we can get these people off the streets. We will not rest until this is done.
And pardon me if you already answered this, was anything taken from the apartment?
We were unsure at this point. That'll be part of the investigation, is to look into that.
Was anyone else injured?
No, nobody else was injured.
How many gunshots were fired, or can you say that right now?
Again, we're unsure. That'll be part of the investigation.
Was there any ring video or video that you've seen of the suspects at that particular apartment?
The investigators are looking into that now, so hopefully we'll know the answer to that question in the near future.
Are there security cameras at the apartment that might have captured them?
The investigators are looking into all surveillance cameras, witnesses, and anything that might help solve the crime. At this point, we're unsure. Again, this is very preliminary, and we'll hope to get more information as the day goes on.
Did it look like a struggle in the apartment, or could you tell if things were?
We're unsure. The investigators are still processing.
Did they go inside the apartment? Did they make their way in?
We believe that they were inside when this happened.
But you're not sure if it was forceful or if there was someone walking.
A struggle happened inside. Just don't know what the details of that struggle was.
And
So-
a follow-up question, was the door forced open? Was it kicked open?
We don't know at this point. That's some of the questions that our investigators are trying to answer.
But in a home invasion, they made their way in. Technically, a home invasion, usually somebody forces their way in.
We believe they were not welcome. Thank you very much for
Say your
coming
first
out
and
here.
last name.